Hi, this is Anthony, creator of Pipeit. In this video, we're going to see the more advanced features of Pipeit, namely how to set up your own pipes from external resources. We're going to start by creating our own pipe kit. Pipe kit is just the nexus of where all the pipes communicate with the Pipeit system. To do that, we can do a right click, go to the Pipeit section, and create a pipe kit asset. I'm going to name that PI for Pipeit _ pipe set. If I double click on it, I get this window that contains the minimal kit necessary to use pipe kit. I need a pipe, I need a straight piece, a corner, T-junction, cross, and end cap. You can add more pieces here, like a half corner and a bracket. There will be more parts added in future updates. So here's how to set up your own kit. Let's first start with the pipe. We're gonna grab the straight section here, which is my pipe, and I'm gonna drag it in. You can see that now the triangle turned from orange to red. That means that there's an issue. We need to fix that. It says expected 2 sockets, but got 0 socket. Let's double click on the mesh. And if we go to Pipeit offering here, we can start editing our mesh to add the sockets that will be necessary for Pipeit to work with these kit pieces. You can do everything inside of Unreal, which means it's very easy to set up. Here you got the editing mode, you got vertices, edges, faces, and UVs. I'm gonna use UVs because it's easier for me to select. I can click here, create a socket, and then I'll turn on the other side and create another socket. So these determine the boundaries of the mesh. Once this is done, you can see that it says this reads as a pipe. Press auto orient from sockets to finish. So I'm gonna press auto orient from sockets, and now my piece is centered into the world, and it should be working with the pipe kit. So here you can see the tick has become green, which means it is working properly. Let's now tackle the straight. So a straight is more like a valve. We're going to drag it in, double click on the straight, and we're going to add the same sockets. Create socket, and create socket. And then we auto orient, and that's it. Let's do the corner. And set up the corner the exact same way. T-junction. So for T-junction, it is 90-degree T-junctions. Right? Cross. And finally, the end cap. The end cap is a little bit special. It just needs to be oriented the right way. So let me show you exactly what I mean by that. If I put in my end junction, you can see that right now it's facing Y, and it instead needs to be facing X. So we need to turn that around. Let's go into the editing mode. We'll go to edit pivot, and we'll turn it around 270 degrees. There you go. This is the right way of doing it. And now I can add it to my end cap. Here we go. Now that it's enabled, you can see that everything works properly and is properly displayed in the preview window. Also, you got a wall socket button here. It just means that if you press Ctrl to snap to a surface, it will select that wall socket. We're gonna see a more advanced way of setting up the pipes. We're gonna add the brackets. Brackets are a little bit special because they require more sockets. So here's how we're gonna start. We're going to select bracket, so it's called joint here, and put it here. That's the clamp. and we're gonna enter it and go into the pipe offering. We need to set up 2 sockets to determine the boundaries of the mesh. So here, I'm gonna create it here and here. So this is just to know the boundaries of the mesh. All right. And now we need to set up 2 points to determine where the lines will be connected to this clamp. So we're going to go into our UV view, and instead of clicking create sockets, we're going to click line. A good way to remember that is where the socket is going to point towards. If we start from the clamp, we want to go towards the line, so we create a line. We can save that. And now you will see that it says, hey, you've got a line 0, and you can set it up here. So line, I'm gonna grab the mesh, put it in, and you can see that now it creates a line 2, because we've got 2 line sockets. You could theoretically have 3 or 4 of these lines. They are determined by the socket. And we need to set up as well. We can go to pipe offering, and we need to add the sockets to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up that one as the clamp, because it's going towards the clamp, and the other one goes towards the foot, like this. I'm going to save it, and now I'm going to take on the foot. Same thing, I'm going to enter it. And here I need the line and the wall. So I'm going to select these 2 faces, click line, and here I'm going to select wall, because it's pointing towards the wall. I'm going to save that. And here we go, this is set up. This max distance is the maximum distance at which the line will connect to a wall. So here, that's 2 meters. If I go back to my viewport and back into selection mode, I can now drag my pipe set here, and everything works. I can add a new one. I can extend. I can also draw. And I can also add brackets. And the brackets react to the wall or to the floor. Another advanced feature of Pipeit is to add variants to the mesh. Right now, our network doesn't have any variants, but we can add it very easily by double-clicking on the pipe kit and pressing the plus or dragging a new mesh inside of there. So I'm gonna select the pipe set 45°T and use it as a straight. If you drag it in, you get the same error message. Let's fix it. And we're only gonna use 2 sockets on this one. I'm gonna create this one and that one. Sometimes it needs a refresh as well, or I missed something. Yes, I forgot to auto reorient. Now it's auto reoriented and it should work properly. Variants are readily available, so you can just press Alt and mouse wheel, and now your variants are working. If you wish to turn your mesh around, flip it, you can press X and it will flip the mesh. That's it. If you have any questions about Pipeit, you can either look at the documentation online on the website pipeit-plugin.com, or you can join the Discord community directly. Looking forward to seeing you there.